Blue Kayn. Hopefully we can make it a full build so I can show you guys something crazy I've been cooking up in the lab. After testing out a lot of red Kayn builds and finding out what works best on red, I figured, why not try some of that on blue? And it actually worked out insanely well. So I'll kind of show you guys what I'm talking about. I'm probably gonna look for an invade on this Rengar because I mean Rengar versus Kayn, kind of a 50-50. Like we're both gonna full clear, look for ganks. Whoever gets them off will usually win. So I like to just like kind of put a fork in that and just say, hey, you know what? Why don't I just try and win the game before that? So, I think good idea. And obviously it's a blue game because you got 1, 2, 3 range, 2.5, and then Rengar who's moderately squishy. They probably pretty much one-shot their entire team. And with that being said, talk about the build. So as you can see, the runes, we're running Dark Harvest with Treasure Hunter. Where Futures Market, we're not gonna be able to use this next patch. We'll probably change the rune up a lot next split. This next patch is next split, and Futures Market is getting removed. First Strike's getting buffed, so there's gonna be a lot of change with that. But as of right now, I mean, these runes work great, and whether I'm running First Strike or not, the build's still gonna work really good on that. So that's a little foreshadowing for what, 2 weeks from now? Or 10 days, I think? I don't know. 11, I think. But either way, let's get into it. We're going to look for the early invade. And it's always ideal to look for an early invade on champions that farm at a similar speed to you. And I like to mention that as much as I can. Wait, my FPS cap. 1 second. Right, there you go. The little bug. And you always want to like look for an invade. I can look for like maybe an early gank in top side, upper mid. So he's going to be bot side, and just picking that out means that he's kind of locked in that bot side area. And now, I always do recommend you guys to ping your laners where the enemy jung is. But obviously, sometimes they don't listen, but I still think you should, for just in case they do listen. And the itemization is going to go the same as we always go, Yumu's Axiom Grudge. But then we're going to swap it up and we're going to get Dead Stance and Maw. We're going to have a lot of damage, and we're going to keep getting damage. We're going to be able to one-shot anybody, but we're also going to be able to heal the full every time we one-shot somebody, which is crazy synergy. Makes the scale a little bit better in that mid to late game instead of like falling off really hard. But you still get a lot of damage for this itemization, by the way. I don't think he has the pillar, but maybe if you just on him here, it'd be ideal. All good. He's rush Jace. Oh, I like the reset over here. Well, he doesn't saw my reset, he might. I think he... No, he's not. Sweet. Get his flash as well, but should be fine, should be fine. I'm gonna go to my bot side. Got some orbs too. It's never bad to get like a gank off as long as you're getting... I find. As long as you're getting orb, you're vibing, my boy. Sometimes just about like the pressure being applied, like, you know, giving Trundle a little bit better wave setup and also taking away Jace's HP so he can't be as aggressive in lane. And you always kind of have the re-gank. I think Rengar should be in that bot side, so pick him out to be a little bit cautious. No, he was on my red. Similar to what I thought he would be. I said bot side, I meant top side. Wait, Trundle's 1v2. Hey, this Trundle's a beast. Like a beast. Nice. Huge. I'll help him shove mid wave here. It's a really big wave, so getting the shove in is very important. Nice. Got the cannon. Didn't miss the cannon. Oh. Also noticed Ringer didn't get my red because he farmed 16 camps, which would be 4, which would farm 3 bot side camps, 1 wolf, and then he did not get my red. So perfect. I got all my top side. I got all my bot side. Honestly, huge shout out to the Trundle this game. Trundle winning me the jungle. Easy peasy. How do I advertise these builds but never run them in high elo? That's not true, actually. I actually got this build from a high elo game. If you look at my... I have so many high elo games. Remember, I think it's Karasmai Kayn. There's a game I went 25-5, and I did this exact build. But I think I don't talk as much when I play on high elo because I had to focus a little bit more. So it's a little bit easier for me to be a little bit more talkative with my thoughts and itemization, and playing in, you know, a bit of a lower rank. as opposed to like playing in my main elo and focusing and talking. It's kind of hard for me to multitask and do that. But if you actually look at that account, I actually did this build a couple times. I wanted to test it out first to make sure I felt confident in it, and I decided, okay, I feel pretty good about it. That's usually what I do with every build I do. I play like 5 to 10 games of it. Once I feel good about it, then that's when I make a video on it. So, contrary to what people believe, I actually don't just first time builds and say, hey, here's a good build. I like to test out a lot, and then I like to tell my friends about it, and I have a lot of friends that are high-low junglers or high-low Kayn main, and when they run back to me, give me some notes, then I'll usually be like, okay, well, sometimes I'll tweak a little bit of what happened to the build and the itemization. Sometimes I like to keep an open mind when it comes to things like this, or even just looking at YouTube comments or Twitch comments of people saying, hey, well, what about this? And then I like to give a bit of thought into everything, you know, every regard, because there's so much that goes into League, right? Okay, nice. Got the W. We get the go here, but good, it's good. Doctrine accounting against Kayn? No, just play red Kayn. Anytime he's gonna like E you, I feel like you could always just go inside him and not. As long as you like get inside of him before his E goes off, you're good. You can play it, not talking, hard to believe. Yeah. I can. Okay. So, I'm pretty confident he should be on grubs. Oh wait, no, he's not. Okay, I gotta get the hell out of here. Thought for sure he'd be on grubs, so that's why I went for the invade there. But it's on grubs, so if he's not there, I gotta back up here. Be dangerous. Seems hard to know when to go purple Kayn. Well, purple Kayn's different than what I'm doing right now. Right now is a standard blue Kayn build, but purple Kayn, it's basically if you're playing red Kayn and you get your blue form first, you can just go your blue form and purple. And this is terrific in a lot of situations where, you know, maybe you don't have the time to wait for that form, or maybe something big's coming up. You know, because I am definitely somebody who's gotten the wrong form a good amount of my games, and yeah, sometimes I don't like waiting the timer, you know. I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing to wait it out. Oh, I actually gave me the kill there too. Thank you, Brom. W. A lot of orbs from that as well. But yeah, contrary to what last game I was going over, this game is different. This is just my standard blue build, and it's just with an added twist to give you better scaling. So your first 3 items, moves, Axiom, Grudge, and that Sand Small, because these items are really broken right now. Purple Kayn, I mean, it's very flexible. I think the thing is, what scares people about not knowing what to do in that situation is that people aren't used to red Kayn being good. Now that red Kayn's good and his itemization is good, you just have more flexibility. So, like I mentioned, if you're going your simple red Kayn route and you get your blue form first and you don't want to wait, purple. That's it. Doesn't have to be more complex than what it is. A lot of like what I mentioned and what I talk about isn't as complex. I think people just will hear the full explanation, so I'm glad that I can explain to you and ease your confusion. Because everything that I try and show and teach people, just Kayn is a very layered kid. He is a very layered champion. I like to make him work into every situation. Because think about it, League isn't necessarily a game that you want to play the same character every game, but I do. So I'm just gonna do that in the most. I'm gonna optimize my character in the highest regard, right? You can get a spawner. I'll flash like that. Yeah, just run here. Oh, that control would actually led to being a bit consequential for myself. Okay, nice. Made out. Now we're just gonna go axe him. Hope you guys appreciate my efforts to keep Kayn a relative champion in any comp, into any sort of adversity. Because there is a lot of counters that make Kayn very hard to play into. Especially in the meta, like Lee Sin's a big one. Canada's pretty big, Zillion's pretty big, Kindred's pretty big, Ridley's pretty big. There's a lot of counters to Kayn that make him very hard to play, but I feel like we do a good job of keeping high elo and keeping a good win rate for Kayn. And, you know, not to take credit, but I like to attribute a little bit of what I do to that success of Kayn. Not all of it, obviously. Not every Kayn main watches me, but I like to think that I do my part, you know. And there's a lot of great members in the Kayn community that come up with very unique and fun builds and playstyles. Back to the game. So, right now, Dragon's in a minute. I have my form, so this is when I'm going to start snowballing. Playing more aggressive. Every time I ult up, I'm going to look for a play. For a play in bot's probably most ideal. I actually have 3 losing lanes. I just realized that right now. Which is not bad, because this is actually a perfect scenario to show you guys how 1v9 this build is. So, how to 1v9, basically you want to farm a lot, and you want to watch the map a lot. Plays. Because you're able to farm the jungle faster than practically any champ in the game. Not necessarily because of your clear speed, but because of how fast you're moving around the map. Right now, we can maybe look for Ahri. She's going to use her ulti. And if we can catch her with anything, she just dies here, so. I think I died. No! Wow, that was actually so unlucky. Not only did she live, but Rengar was also there. Really. Oh, she went Leandri's, that's why. See, something as simple as that, I just completely underlooked. I didn't expect her to go Leandri's into our team comp, but she did. A little bit tankier than I expected. I mean, after she flashed, I should just back up. Played it normal. I went very greedy, and then Rengar just so happened to be there. It's okay though. Mistakes happen. As long as you're not like consistently making mistakes, right? It's really the main thing that you want to look for. Oh, and we're actually getting lucky because our team actually just 2v2'd 1. Now we just get dragged for free. And sometimes you get carried. Very core attribute. And I think he's on grubs and he didn't farm his bot side, so that's good for me.
My enemies will have no place to hide.
Oh, he did farm this actually. All of that. No point in going for the grubs. It's already gone. Playing for dragons, not for grubs. Trying to play for bolt is very overzealous, unless you're hard winning. And we're not even winning, we're losing. So, I'm gonna farm my 2 bot side and then look for a bot play. Notice how she's like controlling all the vision in that like vicinity. That's why I'm gonna completely nullify all that vision by going from a completely obscure angle. Not how you play Kayn. Going from obscure angles. The angler. Probably warded. Oh, how'd I know? How'd I know? This guy pays attention to wards. I mean, Janna's not going to be in that area if she's not going to play down, right? Nice. Just punch the Jinx. Yep. He didn't reset yet. Look at his items compared to my items. I quickly pressed tab to look at his items to see if I could win that. I mean, I could have told if he reset or not just based off the damage alone that he was doing to me, but I wanted to get confirmation. So maybe
Octopus Tetro donated $4.20. You're literally the best Kayn world. I've been following League since 2013. I cannot name a better Kayn than you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Octopus. Appreciate that so much. Here's the donation, my friend. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it, buddy. Feels good that you still feel that way, because this is my 9th year of being Challenger. 9 years being Challenger. Oh, where did the time go? Perfect time to get Rift here, by the way. A little Rift, and then we get Axiom, and then we can look for more plays. Because think about it. Every time I'm looking for a play, I'm like, okay, I'm going to wait for my ult to be up. I'm going to wait for my ult to be up. But since my ult's going to be up faster, that means I can look for plays a little bit more. You know? Up that layer of aggression. Really nice. And obviously the ability is just nice too. It's a great item all around for Kayn. Just amazing. S+ tier item. Slowed him, but phase rush knows no slow. I do want to make the rip play here, but I think it's smarter for me to wait for my. Wait, he just TP'd to himself. I didn't buy the extra longsword. What the hell? I thought I clicked. I'm trolling myself. Alright, we good. Exit 2 minutes, so we just gonna play around bot side. Sure we have full setup down here. Ideally, whenever you're playing for an objective, you want to play the opposite side before playing in a lane, but because the tempo of this game is a little bit more aggressive, I think it's fine to give up camps to look for plays, especially a soul point dragon. Because if he goes to my top side, I'm gonna guarantee kill his bot lane or mid lane. Either or. Oh, hello there. I will look to kill Rengo. Yar. And just get the sun off and kill him like that. I could also send the rift bot here and like kill the Jinx. I wanted to hold on to my ulti. We blocked a couple times. Do not do what I just did. Do not do what I just did. I should have walked in the tower range and just came back and autoed it. I literally had a mini wave there too. That was so dangerous for no reason. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's how you accidentally give a big shutdown to a hyper carry. And then they 1v9 the game. As an assassin, your #1 goal is to not die, and I almost just died for free. Really for free. There's nothing like. There's no reason I need to do that besides like a little bit of time save, but payoff was like nothing different because I'm getting the same payout no matter what. I was just Pega. You know what? I'm gonna go for a very aggressive play here, and this will actually kick us into mid game a little bit faster. Because I'm gonna give Dragon. I'm gonna go for the kill on top and get the top tower. This is actually a way better play here, by the way. Because one, they're not gonna be expecting it, so it's a free kill, and two, I actually might be able to get both. Actually, no, he just gets top tower on his own. That actually was a quicker play than I thought it would be. You normally, you know, Chase plays safe until I show bot side and then he backs up. But I just went in and died for free. Now I could actually play for both. I mean, League is one of those games where you kind of want to maximize your gains, so try and think of the highest play you can get out of it. I was kind of cautious of that bush because Ari could have been there. But fortunately, she was not. Wait for her ulti. Okay. We get tower, so we got tower top, tower bot, tower mid. Go up. Do for red game when I go the Lethality red game setup. Did a video for that one too. Lethality red. So now we're gonna take Raptors and we take Krugs and this guy just wants to follow me around and take all the gold. It was a good stance. So I probably get that stance and then Ma. Okay, the fun thing about getting Yumu's early on is you don't really need to get your tier 2 boots until much later in the game because you have so much mobility. Okay, he's gonna die, which is not ideal, but I can clean up after, which is very ideal. He TP'd to a ward, so where's that ward is the real question to ask. Yeah, I knew it was in this bush. Okay, well, I trolled. Big shutdown. Wait, I'm so confused. I know it was deafened, and then he says that it has to be a TP, right? He undeafened and said it is, yeah, and then he undeafened. How do you know what he typed? Wait, what? Wait, what the hell? Like an exploit or something? Wait, that's actually, I've never seen that. Wait, what the hell? Forget the game for a second. How do you do that? Okay. Alright, I got like stun lock just in confusion. I don't know how that guy did that. Pulled a real Houdini there. Alright. We are approaching the Death Stance power spike. Spot tower. I'm ult up here soon too.
Zed now walks in my shadow.
Oh, please. Don't want to share. And I shared anyway. Ooh, that was close. That was really close. Yeah, once I get that death stance, I won't have to worry about dying so quick. See chat if you're muted.
Every corpse a lesson.
You're deafened. You can't see anything. You can't even type. He wasn't muted. He was deafened. That's why I was able to see that. Alright, we're really close. 300 gold off. Get the Maw of Malmortius. Holy! Wait, the Ari just went crazy.
Not every battle.
Well, the good thing is that Death Stance is good into 80 and AP. That's why you actually prioritize rushing Death Stance before Maw. I mean, if they had a very AP comp, you could rush Maw over Death Stance, but that's very rare niche comp. So we're gonna get.
Corpse a lesson.
Look how much AD you get, by the way. We're 357, so 70 AD. Oh no, Maw is 70, 60 AD from Death Stance. Death Stance has the better passive for tankiness. This one keeps you more of a survivor. Go alive a little bit longer. And then once you kill somebody, you heal the full.
The darken is gone.
'Cause you have to factor in you're getting heals from your E's as well too. You have like very low CDs. Okay, so we should look to fight for Dragon right now.
Bathing my enemies in shadow. I weep to the oppressed.
Yeah, they're gonna look. Right? You don't really have the Trundle with this though. It's the thing that's a little bit problematic. Don't need to oversend. We could just get this. Okay, it's slow. Play it by the book. So I have same runes as always. Nothing new. And you can see you still have a lot of damage. And look at that. Taking no damage. Whether it's from tower, whether it's from me getting hit.
I bested the darken.
And then last item, we get Maw. The Ionia boots I can just get whenever.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Maw of Malmortius. I don't think they can kill Trundle, can they? Maybe. Ah, no tier 2 boost I can catch. Howdy. That's me not having MR yet. You can see you're pretty elusive. Pretty hard to kill. I think they win this. I'm just gonna get extra crit. My tier 2 boots while we're at it.
Has been slain.
I wield the whisper of darkness.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
So you're gonna be capped out at around like 450 AD, 470 when you're full level, and you're also gonna have a lot of armor and a lot of MR. It's gonna be very hard to kill. As you can see, that Ori can't even like kill me, and that was with Death Stance. I didn't even have the MR yet. I didn't even have the itemization to counter her yet. So imagine when I have Maw, nobody's gonna kill me. Every time I kill somebody, guess what? We're healing. We can probably look for a Baron player soon. A Janna shield tanked a lot of my W. I don't want to go in like 1v4 to show you how crazy this build can go, but at the same time, if I do that and we die, we lose Baron. But it's worth it for the content, isn't it? It's worth it for the content to like limit test. I feel like we lose Elder. Elder's when we lose. I'm gonna kill this Jinx. And so one shot, even though I'm getting Death Stance Maw. And still one shot. Alright, let's reset. Your Baron. Baronster. Reset. I bought. Win game. Easy peasy. I think that's what a lot of people are worried about when they see items like this, but think about what the items are giving you. 60 AD, 70 AD, and you already have the Lethality and armor pad. So, you're still able to one-shot, and you're also just tanky. I think the only downside is how expensive it can be, but this is like more of a snowbally build, right? I'm like really snowballing, and I'm like, okay, I want some defensive, but I also want to get a lot of damage. So, how can I be completely unkillable, but also, pure damage? Pretty much like a better solution than getting like a GA or an Edge of Night, right? Funny because I went so long telling Kayn mains not to build Maw ever on blue Kayn. They actually made it really good by adding Omnivamp to it. That's why it's so good. And yeah, just the ability to like hard sustain. There's a lot of like blue builds I've been doing with Death Dance and Maw, by the way. A lot of different ones that are just so good. No, I didn't get the kill. I didn't heal. No kill, no heal. It was so close. That's the Janna shield. Kept him alive. It's okay though, my team cleaned up. Let's go! GG's! Yeah, full build. Yeah, like 470, 80. 480 if I leveled up one more. GG's! Peace out, you.